So let's make the design. This is the tutorial of how I made that design. So I'm cutting out the first part. Yeah, this is like 9 inches wide. You can use any length, but it should be longer than the invisible zip. So this is it. I just gum paper stay at the back, and I iron it very well for it to stay. Iron it very well and trim it for it to be straight. Then I will divide it into two, where I'm going to fix the invisible zip. First of all, meanwhile, this design is a two-way design. It's going to have a joining down. So this is the first part. So I'm using a black invisible zip because this is an example, not a real dress. This is an example. So I changed my footer to invisible zip foot. So now I'm going to fix the zip to the left side first. I'm going to fix the invisible zip to the left side first, then I'll fix on the right side second. So that is what I'm fixing now. So after sewing the zip on the left side, you will now sew on the right side. But before sewing on the right side, you make sure that it's equal so that you won't be losing it again. So that one side is not going to be higher than one side. Because if it's like that, you have to lose the zip again for it to be equal. So this is me sewing the right side. And it was equal. Though it didn't close very well. I was able to see the black zip through the clothes. So I have to sew it again to be closer to the zip. So it's going to close and look very, very neat. So that is me sewing the zip very close. So when I zip it now, it will be very, very close that you hardly see the zip. That is it. So I'll go to the table now and iron it for it to be smooth. Yeah. So as I'm ironing it, it is not getting smooth enough as I want. So I had to open the zip and iron the line that I sew for it to be straight and smooth. This is me ironing the two sides. So when I zip it now, it's very, very smooth. So now, we will now cut out the SSs. Yeah. So now we'll cut it out, the down part, and we'll be joining the second part of the design to it. And the color that we're going to be mixing with this carton color is coffee brown. So I'll keep it one side. Then now I'll cut the down part, which is the joining. This is me cutting the down part. I'll cut the down part out and I'll iron it and gum it paper stay again for it to be a little bit thicker. This is it. So this is the coffee brown. So now this is the brown that I'm going to be used to mixing the design. So now we'll slant it, then fold ½ inch. You fold ½ inch, then put hemigum underneath so it's going to hold. So you use hemigum to hold the ½ inch, and you still use hemigum also to hold the brown to the carton color. This is it. So now I will iron it. Then there's another slanty design too that is around ½ inch to 3/4 size. There's another design that is just on its own, but it's still slanty, close to this one I just did now. So that is what we're going to do next now. So I'm going to cut a 2 inches wideness of the brown. Yeah, 2 inches wideness of the brown. When I cut the 2 inches wideness of the brown, I will now fold the two sides by ½ inch or more. Yeah, so it can be maybe 1 inch or ½ inch, but I think it will be better to be like 3/4 inch or 1 inch is better. So this is me folding one side first, then I'll put hemigum underneath, then fold the other side. Then after folding the other side, I will now place it on the design and slant it also to be straight. Yeah, this is it. So I'll use hemigum to hold it to the clothes. Then I'll trim the SSs. Yeah, this is it. So I will now join it to the upper part of the design, and I will also first of all sew the wine. Sorry, I say wine. Sew the brown. I will sew the brown. This is me changing my foot from invisible zip to normal sewing. So I'm sewing the brown now. Sew the brown. Sew the brown. Then I will now join it to the upper part of the design. So I'll iron it now. And the joining now will now face downwards. So it's not going to show from the outside. I'll iron it very well. Then I'll use Emi gum to hold that down part. So it's going to be straight and not shaking. Then I'll curve the down. So that's me covering the down. Yeah. So now let's place it on the top now. So this is me cutting a pieces also. This is just an example of a top. I'll trim out a neck, slant the shoulder, and I want to create a armhole. Yeah, this is just an ordinary example. So I'll iron the center. Yeah, I will now place it on the clothes. So this is me ironing the center part of the design. So this is it. So now, after trimming the sides, from the invisible zip side to where the joining is, I will mark it, then cut the center of the clothes. Yeah, so I will now place it in between, just the way I'm doing it now. So I will still now cut an Emi gum and use it to hold it down there, so that it's not going to be shaking. So I will now take it back to the machine and sew it for it to be permanent. Yeah, don't forget the length of the opening will be the length of the zip, where the zip stop. Please, it should not be more than the zip, so that it will be able to enter underneath the zip, so whereby you can sew it. If it's more than, I don't know how that can work. So it has to be the length of the zip. Where you end the opening will be where the zip also ends. So this means now sewing it together from the under. So now, after using Emi gum to hold it now, this means now sewing it now. Where I open now, where I fix it underneath. So now I'm joining it together now for it to stay permanently. You get? This is it. This is me sewing it now. I'm holding it down to stay permanently. So now this is it now. It is now permanent. It can't remove unless you lose it. So this is it now. So whenever you open the zip, it opens. This is it now. This is it. So now I'm now trimming the size of the design that I want. Meanwhile, if you listen to me from the beginning, I said that the design is going to be 5 inches. But I used 8 inches or so, 8 or 9. You can use as wide as you like, but it should be wider first, so that you can trim it later on to the size you want, the original size, the wideness that you want. So now this is me now trimming it to the original wideness that I want, trimming the neck to be equal. And meanwhile, after cutting this zip, you don't have to be zipping it anyhow, so you won't make mistake and zip it out.